grindy games with repetition. As much as that may sound immediately boring, and I can hear you hitting the snooze alarm, but no, it's actually pretty interesting. Just again, depends on your personality type. Yes. Okay, so until you guys 100% the game, what's the estimated number of hours left?
I don't know what percent I'm at, so I'm not sure.
Okay, Antoine, you said 60 something percent, so maybe another 20 hours to 100%?
Or more.
Oh my
I
God.
was thinking more like 40.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I don't know what goes into percent, because I mean, there are definitely some.
It goes everything, all the collectibles, all the camps, rebel camps, all the, ornaments, gauntlet race, drones,
Okay.
everything like this.
I've done all those.
Yeah, all the main quests, side quests, errands, cauldrons, everything.
Okay.
Basically.
Because I've done all those, but I've definitely not upgraded like all the armor and all the weapons and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think they would include that because that would take forever.
Upgrade they won't include it, but
Okay.
I think they would include the all the machines. That you can like, for instance, the burrowers. There's like 10 different subspecies of burrowers. I think you need to complete this catalog. I think you need to complete all the stuff to scan.
Okay. I know as far as trophies go, I only have 3 left, but one of them's a platinum, which I'll automatically get once I get the other 2. So
yeah. So
and one of them's complete the final mission, and the other one is use dyes to create a new dye. I don't know.
Machine strike stuff.
No, I've done the machine strike one. You only have to beat like 2 of the machine strikes, I think, to get the trophy.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to do all of them. Same with the races. You only have to do 2 races to get the trophy. You don't have to do all 4.
I don't care if the platinum is not telling me to do this. I'm gonna do it anyway. That's not 100% if you didn't kick their ass.
Well, that was one thing that I heard when Guerrilla was doing this is they wanted the game to be more accessible in terms of trophies. So, like some other games, they might have like a trophy for beating in a hard mode. Like for example, I think Witcher 3 has one if you beat it on was it Death March or something like that?
Zero Dawn too, I think. Yeah?
At Zero Dawn, you got one if you beat it on ultra hard, but the only way to do ultra hard was on New Game Plus. But that was patched in later. That wasn't in the original game. But this one, they specifically said that they were not going to add any trophies based on difficulty. So there are no trophies based on very hard, which was one thing that when I started, I was like, I'm going to play it on very hard so I can, knock that trophy out right away. But then later on heard that and I was like, oh, well, why am I playing on very hard? I should just play on normal.
It's logical. It's logical because it's really a game of exploration and enjoyment, a bit like a Breath of the Wild. It's not something you should try hard like a Dark Soul.
Yeah, so they wanted it to be accessible and they wanted everybody to be able to platinum it. So that was actually one of the things is right away they were like, we don't want platinum to be this elite thing that everybody that only the the hardcore are going to get. We want platinum to be accessible to anybody that wants to get it. So if you enjoy the game and you want that platinum, we want you to have it. So
it's okay. I'm gonna do everything even if platinum doesn't ask me to do it. So that's fine. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were talking about percentage-wise in terms of trophies or in terms of the game, because I know, like, for example, Mass Effect Andromeda had a thing in the game that said what percentage of the game you had completed, and I was something like 99%, and the only thing I was missing was a missable thing. That really pissed me off. I was like, oh no, I missed something, and the only way to do it would be to play the game entirely over and just get to that point. And,
just to confirm, Korean, I don't know if you may be confused on this. There's 2 things. It's like Andromeda. There's trophies on one side, and the game itself, which tells you the the completion percentage. So you can have all the trophies and platinum, but you can be at 80% of the game, I guess. So.
Thanks for explaining that. I thought platinum equaled 100%. But
no. Some games will actually tell you like that. Like Final Fantasy VII Remake did the same thing, where they had, if you went into, I think it was System or something like that, and it would tell you game completion. And so they have things in there that aren't included in the trophies. So, but yeah, so it's like, scanning every single enemy and have you unlocked all the weapons and all that.
Yeah.
Which there were far fewer weapons in that, so it was much easier.
Okay.
So what have you been playing?
I've been playing Wasteland 3. I wanted to play last night, but I was working until like 11:30 p.m. and then a 12 a.m. meeting as usual. But thankfully, times have changed, so it's gone back to daylight savings time, which is not good for Antoine, but very good for me. But yeah, Wasteland 3 having lots of fun. It's gotten that I know when I enjoy a game, when I have the sort of addictive feeling, like I want to be playing it all the time. So I think I told Adam this last week when he very graciously appeared on the Amun podcast, that I dedicate at least one day of the week. Sunday is the day I'm going to get to play games for just 2 hours a day, as opposed to just the 1 hour a day I usually do. And it's really cool. Lots of like decisions that are questionable and stuff. Like this is spoiler territory, so if you're listening on the podcast, you might want to skip like 3 or 4 minutes ahead. No, 2 minutes ahead. I don't talk a lot, so skip 2 minutes ahead. So in Fallout 4, I made the decision of siding with the robots because I'm a big robotics AI person, and I killed all the humans. In Wasteland 3, I have done the same thing. There's a guy who comes and like, man, there's these synthoids, and we should go kill them all. I'm like, no, those synthoids are nice people. You go screw yourself. I'm not going to do that. And so I'm sure that's going to have an impact later on in the game. But yeah, no, it's very cool. Combat's really fun. Lots of like inventory stuff, crafting. I'm only about probably like 10 hours into the game, and I heard this goes for like 40, 50 hours, depending on the quests and stuff you do. And it's got that sort of like Divinity 2, Witcher-esque sort of system where you can't go and do certain things until you are at a high level. So you can actually go there and just the enemies will just wipe the floor with you, which is kind of sucks, but it's kind of cool at the same time. I mean, I hated it when I played The Witcher the first time, but now I'm kind of used to it. So really cool, and it also runs like really well, like at 4K. If I had a monitor that did 4K upwards of 60 frames per second, that would be, it would probably run better. So definitely not a very intensive game, and yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it. And then I'm always scared after I finish a game like this, especially after the addictiveness takes over. I'm like, oh my god. Then after, so I'm like, what am I going to play now? I don't know. And after you guys talk about Horizon Forbidden West, I'm like, I should go back to Zero Dawn. But man, just
right. You can watch Adam stream.
Yeah,
That's what I
the
did.
whole
Not just
game.
just main quest. Just the main quest.
Just main quest, yeah.
I know, but it's not. It's like it's too slow.
I get distracted and run off to the side.
No. It's not Adam's playing. Even the game itself, when I was playing it, I'm like, I should give this a try again. I should give this a try. But every time I'm like, oh my god, walking around, stealth, this just...
That's the fun of it.
No, there's no fun in stealth. Why would you want to be slow? Life is slow as it is, man. No, in a game, I want to be fast, frenetic, violent.
That was one thing I really liked about Ghost of Tsushima is you're supposed to be this ninja and sneaky, but you could definitely just like run in and just kill everything, and it was way faster just to like throw yourself at the enemy than it was to sneak around. That was the safe way, but it was the slow way. And sometimes I was like up to a bandit camp and I'm like, screw it, I'm just gonna run in and slaughter.
Just like in the Hitman games. Like in the Hitman games, I tried to stealth. Eventually I just gave up in pretty much every mission and down to like 32 people. I killed like 32 people, 25 people per mission. Just found a defensible corner and just let people come through the door, bang, shoot you, bang, shoot you. And eventually everybody was dead and I'd go and kill the person. I'm like, oh, that's the way it's supposed to work. Just like an action movie.
Here's your score, minus 300.
Exactly. But I got it done. gents.
I killed
So
him. Well, I genocide the whole guys over there, but I killed the rank guy.
exactly.
Success.